steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
All right, Callie, you can start us off.
Coach, this is another game where turnovers played a large role. Heard Kia saying that a lot of it comes down to maybe decision making and timing with that decision making. Is there something else that you look at as maybe the culprit? And maybe do you go forward and try to crack down on just going back to basics offensively? Like, what does it look like going forward?
Well, decision making is always part of turnovers. Yeah, some of the timing is off, but we're playing in crowds. Can't play in crowds. We're not passing it until we see 3 people. The rule is you see 2 people, and sometimes even when you see 1 person, pass it. And we're just not. We're just not. So when you have more assists to the other team than you do to yours, it's never going to be a good outcome.
You mentioned just, without Asia having to get things done by committee, and it felt like in this first half, that was what was happening. What was maybe the shift that kind of changed the momentum or kind of limited the ability for the Aces to kind of spread the ball on offense?
The shift was we became a different team again at halftime. Started throwing the ball to the other team. They ratcheted up their pressure. They got into it. We didn't back cut. We didn't handle it well. All of it plays into. The other thing is not getting stops. I thought we had, again, we don't play a full 40. We just have these huge lapses. Offensively, especially, I mean, like I said, the first 5 minutes, we have 5 turnovers, like 21 turnovers. Think about that. You're turning the ball over every other minute. Throw in the 9 offensive rebounds they get in the fourth quarter. Like, that's a lot of possessions. It's hard to manipulate those numbers.
Is it almost, you mentioned like a split personality thing with the team. Does it still feel like that in some ways, like coming out of the half, it just looks different?
I mean, it's the same people wearing the same uniform, same basic game plan, and we don't execute it. I mean, if I knew how to make sure and ensure that the same quality came out in the third quarter, the start of the third quarter specifically, I would make sure that happens. But for whatever reason, we come out of the locker room a completely different team in a not a good way.
Okay, last one for me. What do you just want the biggest takeaway from this game to be for your team? Like, I don't know if it's how you talk to the locker room or whatever, but like, what do you want them to take away and have in their mind from this game? What do you want them to have learned?
Well, I mean, we're still looking to play a complete 40 minutes. And until we learn to do that, we'll continue to lose. The huge lapses with the turnovers are just about impossible to overcome. And on nights, when you don't get a great shooting night, some of that is our decisions on shots. It's not just decisions on when to pass, when not to pass. It's decisions on shots. We're trying to shoot it over 2-3 people, and people are open. If it feels like there's a lot of bodies in there, it's because there is, but it also means somebody else is open. And many times we're so deep, we get in there and we can't even give a good pass. Like, it's a bobbled pass. It's not a good pass to shoot. Part of being a good shooter is the pass, and just not sharp in that area.
All right, we'll go to Nikias.
Hi, Coach. I guess just bouncing off of the turnovers in the offense in general, like, have you found the need to kind of, I don't know, do you feel like you've needed to call more sets just to kind of settle things down offensively? Do you feel like they're finding the right balance of what to run, how to space, and things
I
like
feel
that?
like when we call a play, we sometimes run it decently. The whole thing about having an offense, it doesn't matter what offense you're running. If you don't screen for each other to get each other open, you don't create any advantage. The whole point of screening is to create a mathematical advantage for yourself. And we don't do that. So we're playing with bodies in front of bodies. And it turns into a lot of dribbling and a lot of one-on-one. You know, part of our lack of ball movement is cutting, is getting somebody open. So, you know, the two go hand in hand. But if we're just going to play a game where they get to stay between us and the basket the whole time, and we never create these advantages either with screening or cutting hard or movement, it's going to be a long season.
Got you. Thank you.
All right, is anyone else on Zoom? All right, thank you, coach. Thank you, everyone.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.